morning, guys. Dolly here with Gypsy Rose Papery. I hope everybody's having a lovely morning. Today I am going to go through my newest journal that I made. This journal is for Monique. Hi, Monique. How are ya? Monique really liked the goth journal that I made for April, that pink oddbird. And so she contacted me and was wondering if I could do something somewhat similar, but incorporating more of Hitchcock's Psycho movie and also Bates Motel, because she loves that show. So it's super huge. So I'm going to try really hard not to talk a whole lot. This is what it looks like. It's in actuality, the inside of the spine is 2 3/4, but on the outside, obviously, it looks much bigger. It looks about 3. I used the same kind of frame that I did in Goth, and then just for the book corners, I used little rosettes that I dyed black. Same sort of picture. It's the Bates house or the Psycho house, and then I put a number 1, which I kind of bloodied up with some red paint, because number 1, that's the room that the shower scene happens. And if you haven't seen the movie, man, if you haven't seen that movie, go see it, because it's awesome. But spoiler alert, that's where the murder scene happens, so also known as the shower scene. So that's why I did the number 1. There's some layering on here. It's hard to see because it's all black, but this is like a canvas type material. And then there's another cotton material, some lace. The charm isn't really kind of like a charm. It's more like a motel key. And the person who I bought this from on eBay was really kind enough to give me an actual key. I like to think it's like a real motel key, but I'm not going to make that claim because I don't know. He just sent it. I have a little sort of fountain pen charm, and then a little bird school charm because Norman Bates loves to stuff birds as a hobby. The spine is inspired by Nik The Booksmith, who I love, love, love. If you have not seen Nik The Booksmith, please go check her out. I'm sure all of you have already, but she's awesome. I love her. The closure is just 2 clips, and I put a little skull at the bottom. And then all around the book, I lightly stamped with some silver ink. And yeah. So I won't go into all the symbolism in here because Hitchcock was known for that. I mean, I've taken film theory classes that just concentrated on him, and there's so much that I could go into, but I'm not, because this is not a Hitchcock journal. This is a Bates Motel journal / psycho film journal. So we'll open her right up. The book lays completely flat. Obviously not with the charm, but you can remove the charm. In the front, I tried to find paper that was kind of motel-y, and these are just some doors, a little pocket, and then there's a postcard, just stamped in the back. I did also another little fountain pen there, because that's what she uses to sign in. Some maps, because in the beginning of the movie, she does a lot of driving. A little perpetual calendar. That's also from Nik The Booksmith, but I got if anybody's interested, I think I've said it before, but it's this stamp here, and you can find it at Hobby Lobby clearance. That's where I found it. Music, because that movie is really well known for the theme, that weird kind of like crazy violin theme. Watch the movie. Just some light stamping. I did some metallic stenciling in here. First picture is of Marion driving, and I just put a little flashcard in there because I thought that was fun. Some dictionary pages, and it's for Norman. Some more doors. Here I put an actual Bank of Arizona check because that's where Marion she steals the money. I think it's like 40 grand or something. She steals that money and drives to California, and she was supposed to deliver it to the Bank of Arizona. So I included that in there, and that's an original. And I did some tags with some little baby tags, and they're motel themed, and then some bird stuff, because Norman loves his birds. And you'll see a lot of birds in here. Some blood splatter, because it's a horror movie. I also made this like a Norman Bates, like if this was Norman Bates' book, like stuff that he would collect. And this is a taxidermy store in France. I'm forgetting the name, but it's really super famous, and it had a really bad fire a couple years back, and they don't allow pictures in there anymore. So the pictures that you do find are really old. Well, not really old, but older. And I thought that was cool. So that's Norman's collection of pictures in here too. Picture of the Bates house, and all the pictures have this kind of distressed. I distressed with vintage photo, and then I lightly stamped. I used the same stamps as the cover. Some bird stamps. A nice envelope, little signature. And a picture of Norma from the TV series. So I was trying to find a way to incorporate like the TV series as well as the movie stuff. Some book stamps, because Norman is in the series, he's kind of like a bookworm. About a lot of stamping in here, a lot of metallic stenciling, another stamp. I think some of these, oh, that's the other side of the end. A bird anatomy diagram. Some of these I sewed some vellum on the side. She really liked the vellum. This is just a little hanger paper clip with a little tag. And that's the end of first signature. This is the second signature. This is from a vintage book on animals, and it's about bird beaks of different kinds. And that's a bird in flight. This is Emma from the show. And I put the angel here because she's kind of like, she symbolizes kind of like the innocence of the show. So I thought that was appropriate. This is Miss Marion Crane with all her moolah that she just stole in the motel room. I thought this was cool. I found this on Pinterest. It's Norman Bates with the show's Norman Bates. And the character's names I'm forgetting right now because it's too early. This is another Neville tag. Another flip out phone. I use this here. This is like, to me, it's like ugly motel bedspread cloth. So I thought that was funny, and I got this from April over at Pink Godbird. I used some number clips, obviously, to symbolize the numbers of the motel. This is Dylan from the show. It's Norman's brother. I also did some vintage dictionary pages, and there's a whole one on personality. And I think this one is, I don't think this is the medical one. This is just regular dictionary. And here's a picture of Norman Bates with his stuffed bird. And I found these cool stamps with like these sayings, and like in another journal, like this would be like so like totally like, yeah, that's awesome. And then this journal's like, that is so freaking creepy. If life doesn't give you the game you want, just invent a new one. That's all. It's just like your mother and kill people, no problem. This one too, I thought that was so funny. It sounds like it's supposed to be sarcastic, but it's like, it sounds a little crazy. These are like these glassine bats that I found back during Halloween, and I just thought they were so cool. I made them as flips. And then here is just a little paper to write on, and a petty cash ticket. I wanted this to have a really vintage vibe. I love the stamp. It's a Tim Holtz stamp. It's very Hitchcock, I think. The sun is gonna battle me. The man himself with one of those thingies that you take markers from Psycho, and I love this paper, and I thought he would go perfect right there. This is, I think, another Norman type collector's thing. It's a phrenology ad. I'm trying to get all these back, because I'll forget. This is a kiwi bird. And I used my guest check stubs, and I kind of sewed them on the side, and I thought it looked really cool. I wanted to include like a lot of numbers in here. Okay, so this is where the charm holds together, and here we go. This is the, what do they call it? Star of the show. The signature. This is the third signature, and this is this is from a medical dictionary, and I stenciled on it. Another Norman collection picture. I thought that was creepy. Bird stamp. Put a little film strip because it's a movie. Another Motel clock. Another crow. Another, this is from the Psycho movie. It's like the actual poster they used. They had a lot of different posters, but I thought this one was cool. And then we begin. So I printed, in the Goth book, I'm sorry, I can't talk today, it's too early. In the Goth book that I made for April, I had a lot of red, but in here, because if anybody has watched Hitchcock or has studied him, he likes to use red as a precursor to something terrible happening. So I printed the whole shower scene in red, and this is like the curtain. And in some of these I put a little bit of lace just for softness, because it was very plain, and I was like, oh, I wanted something more in here. And here is Crazy Norman. And this is when she sees him. And this is when she got stabbed. I know this is kind of morbid for some of you, but this is like the central to the movie. And then we know that that's it. That's the end of Miss Marion. So moving on, another tag held on by a little garbage pin that I pinned through the page. And then this is, I think this is another, this is a taxidermy ad. I thought that was so funny. Another Norman collectible. Other side of that medical dictionary. Fourth signature. Another tag. And this flips out into an envelope. And in here I just made a little booklet with some little baby tags. More stenciling, flip out. Mr. Norman in his basement, stuffing something. Brains. A little charm, and this can kind of move around. And you can remove that if you don't want it there, if it's too bulky. Another stamp. This is, I dried some of the pages on a trivet that I have that's shaped like an owl, and I thought that was funny. So, little one token for Motel Room 1, another bird anatomy that slides out. Another, oh no, this is paper clip, and it's just a little wren card, or a lark card. And just some paper for writing. Some more tags. Another flip out. And then here we have quite a few things. We have a little dictionary thing that says curse on it. We've got a tag, and then I have a picture of Norman, old Norman, with New Norman, and in the back you can write. This is a little paper, oh my god, book paper envelope my friend Terry gifted me. It's got a receipt to the motel room and just some old paper. And then behind it, it's a tag. And then Miss Terry has been playing around with digitals, and she made me this digital, which I thought was really freaking cool. It's like the motel stationery, which Norman tells Marion before he kills her, oh, it's there to make all your friends jealous when they find out you're at Bates Motel. Not. Mr. Hitchcock's directing Janet Leigh, who's the actress who plays Marion. In the end, I ended with the way the movie ended, which is him talking to himself and rationalizing why he's the way he is. And that is it. And this is a long video. Monique, I really hope you like this. I try to incorporate absolutely everything. I had a lot of fun with this one. I could have kept adding to it, to be honest. I had a hard time stopping, but this is going your way tomorrow. And I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!